Well, first and foremost, I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy lives to spend a little quality time to have some fun with a great teammate. And so, Kevin and Linda, never a good thing when you see good people leave and move on to the next journey in life. But you always appreciate people who have done great things, made a real difference, and you always wish them the best. And for all of us, it's only a question of the when, not the if. You can't do this thing in uniform forever. You just want to make sure that when it's over, it's at the time and place of your choosing and not your services. And think about the situation that Kevin and Linda are leaving. They have been the forefront at an entire important mission area for the department. They were there when U.S. Cyber Command first stood up. They have had a huge impact on an important organization, and they've helped to build a future for the entire department. And tomorrow we're going to recognize all that in a very formal way, but today we're going to focus on just having a lot of fun with a bunch of friends and family. So if you're here with the Slater family, where are you? Raise your hands. All right, thanks very much for coming to be here. And with that, let's get to what really matters. We're getting the band together. Let's take it away.
So good afternoon, everyone. So all of you know that Kevin has been a fantastic leader for all our joint service teammates, but of course, he wears the same uniform I do, so I have a special affinity for him. But he's been fantastic for all of us. Now, I thought about what could we get Kevin from the 70th ISR wing. By the way, the best ISR wing that he was not conventional of. But what could I get him that he hasn't already had before? You know, I could give him a plaque with some coins on it. He's got, I think, 1,000 70th Wing Comanche coins amongst the 5,000 overall coins he's got. It's not a lot either. So I thought about what can I get him that he doesn't have. So I have a friend of mine for a retirement gift got a pretty cool caricature. This would be interesting. And so we went and we looked at. I don't know how well you can see this, but I'll explain it a little bit to you. So there's some elements in the picture that were thought out in advance. So don't read it to the big head, okay? But you know, he's in an office, and outside his office you can see the golf course. No Chief Master Sergeant retirement is complete without a joke about playing the golf. Of course, the other thing is he doesn't have a window in his office, so that's not possible.
We don't have a golf course.
That's true. We used to have a golf course. Yeah, all the Air Force folks right here are shivering right now because they're on a baseball golf course. But you've got the logos of all the organizations that he's been the command chief for. The 480th ISR wing, the 1st Fighter wing, the 380th Air Expeditionary wing, 24th Air Force, and now of course Cybercom/NSA. Now again, he was not the command chief for the 70th. He didn't make the cut, but we did put the logo on his coffee mug on the desk. Of course, the book he wrote, Old School's Good School, which I think many of you have read and got some good tidbits for, is on his desk. There's a shoe shine kit on his desk, and I won't tell the story behind that, but if he wants to tell it, he can tell it. I won't tell that story if you want to. Of course, he's a big Giants fan and Mets fan, so the Giants helmet and the Mets band are in the office. Now, he is the Cybercom command chief, so the desk on his computer is broken. And he is the NSA SCL, so the phone on his desk has a little light that says mic on, someone's listening. And if you just look, so anyone who knows Kevin knows that there's no such thing as a short conversation with Kevin. If he says, hey, you got a minute, you better block off an hour. And so him and I will have periodic conversations, and I'll bring something up and say, that's worth having a conversation about. And so I put that on there, kind of as note to one of the phrases I remember him saying often, which usually means that ain't gonna have to mark. But also just because, you know, he's really, really great at engaging folks in conversation and really making you think, perhaps in a different way than you thought before. And I'll tell you, that's really, really important because in a joint service environment, everyone does things differently. And so while you may want to have some sort of recognition for someone or have some sort of career impact for someone, it doesn't work the same in all the services. And you can try to take your services, way of doing business, and push it on to someone else in your organization that's not in your service because you want to recognize them, but it doesn't work for that service. But you keep banging your head against that brick wall, and we'll talk to Kevin, and he can give you an idea of how else to approach it to get the same effects. And so Kevin's a great conversationalist, but a great thinker as well, which I think is really key. Because as we educate our workforce, military and civilian, junior and senior, teaching them how to think about solving future problems is really, in my mind, more important than training them on how to do things they already know how to do. And Kevin is really, really fantastic at that. So I was a little nervous. This was supposed to come in Monday. It just came in last night. I was sweating it at the last second, but I'm just glad it came. When I first wanted to do this, they told me I was way too ambitious. I was going to have all the joint service SALs here kind of in a courtroom with Kevin holding court. But that was going to take like a month to do.
With your OCD, ADD tendencies, but we have your homework folder for you. And in it is contained some important items for action, as well as some FYI. There is also some money in here for action. If somebody has a lighter, that's the action. One of the FYI things, Chief, is, Chief grew up on Long Island, and one does not grow up on Long Island and not be a sarcastic smartass. We have several stories about windows. Oh yes, she's right there. There are several things in here, but we want you to look over these and remember the good times in the office. There are photographs that are not in here from an incident that lasted about a month that, nobody will be named as to what happened, but I'm sure you will remember. So from us to you, your final homework folder. Okay,
So as of this service, CoStar, we've got a tradition. Every year that you serve, you get a lick. So Ben knows I know we don't like to see it, right? I'll take turns with my fellow selves, right?
yeah.
Kevin, I wanted to say thank you for all the support, all the leadership, and friendship. I really do. And mentorship. You provided a lot to us. At least I think it would be a little something, hopefully unique. I didn't see one of these in your office.
I will make this short. So, in all seriousness, the United States Coast Guard oftentimes left out of the conversation when we're talking about military services, the fact that Coast Guard punches way above their weight and is a fantastic representative. And I'm really most proud of one thing from all our time together, and that is this year, for the first time, a Coastie will enter the MECAP program, an NSA intern program. And that's one of our time
About a dozen years, and his mom's here and his twin sisters. So if you could wave up. We first met Kevin back in Texas about a dozen years ago. We were in this organization. A long time ago. We were in this organization, and eventually I was able to get my hands on him. He became superintendent, and he just did great, really wonderful things together. And what's really cool about Chief Slater is he was, the things that he said and the things that he did, the things that he had our airmen to think about. It wasn't about that particular item, that particular issue. We had to go about 2 or 3 levels deeper to get to the reason why he was having people do what they were doing, why he was saying what he was saying, because he was always about trying to make people better. And that's what he has done over his whole career. So we hate to see him go. He's just been a great friend and a terrific leader. One one thing you may not know about him is he is he likes Metallica, you see his shirt. That's not, I said you have to look a couple letters deeper than that. That's just a cover. It's a closet. It's a closet bearing man of a...
Sing us a song. Sing something.
Come on, Barry, sing something.
Oh, Mandy.
That just looks wrong.
Because he loves his shirt so much. What Linda and I did, because, she said, don't get me something big, I'll have to put on my wall. So we did. We just got this little thing. It's a t-shirt holder, so he can put his Barry Manilow t-shirt. Linda and I, she came up with the idea, we kind of teamed up. We took a wild shot in the dark, sent off some emails and some letters and some phone calls, and lo and behold, miracles do happen. So this is something
It's a Metallica poster.
for you.
Open it.
Open it, Barry.
From the band Metallica. I contracted their managers in New York City, which took I took a shot, I had to find their address, it was very hard to track them down, but the managers of Metallica sent this poster to Kevin to say thank you for his service.
People were passing out earplugs here today, but when I went to the James Taylor concert in Virginia last year, no one was passing out earplugs. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Well, Chief, I have a small presentation for you, but it comes from the heart. And I just want you to know that I very much appreciate your friendship, your support. When we went down range together last year, you were a great wingman and battle buddy, and you were a lot of fun. And you know that you're a lot of fun. That was great. And what I have for you is a chaplain prayer climb. And this comes in several varieties. This one has the Air Force shield on the one side because you were in Air Force uniform. And on the other side it says pray. It has an eagle and has a Bible verse. So I want you to think of a couple of things as you have this. For one thing, it reminds you that God loves you just the way you are and is with you all the time. Secondly, it reminds you that you need prayer. And as do we all. As do we all. I think anyway. And also it reminds you that your chaplain thinks a lot of you, and I hope that you'll remember me because I will certainly remember you. Kevin, God bless you. Thank you.
Hey, it's all sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, man. Wait.
So I feel like singing Don't Go Changing. Matt. So where's that money? Here you go, Matt.
Good afternoon, everybody, and for all of you who serve our wonderful country, thank you for your service. And it's been my privilege to know Kevin for the last few years. I don't get to mix and mingle with him on, his
daily basis, as many of you do. So one of the things that really helped me get to know Kevin was this little book. And I'm sure others, in the crowd are familiar with this. I'm going to do it this way so I have an extra pair of hands there. No, that's fine. If I wanted to share with you all the good things in this book, basically I have to read it cover to cover. And so we don't have time for that, I'm sure. But I did highlight a couple things. And the first one, I'm going to kind of start way at the end in the acknowledgement section. And because his words are better than mine, let me just read this. Linda. No man has a better partner. No child has a better mother. Our Air Force owes you a tremendous debt of gratitude. You have improved the lives of so many airmen and their families. A little something for Linda. And some of you probably cycle through Hawaii and other places, and there are a lot of geckos running around. And they are a symbol of good luck. So I brought you a gecko to wish you good luck while you're down there. Sometimes they're a little squirmy. This one will be special. This is a Swarovski crystal gecko. And it's very small, so you can travel with it. Back to the book. Let's see. This was kind of appropriate. There's a chapter of paper in here about legacy. And this was also appropriate. Kevin quoted Jackie Robinson as saying, "A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." And then in Kevin's words, "Within each of us is the ability to impact the life of another, maybe on a moment's notice, maybe without any notice." And I think he's done that to probably literally thousands and thousands of people over his career. Thank you for doing that, for making other people, kind of rise up in your shadow. Just two more. Bear with me. This one may explain why he ended up where he is as the senior enlisted leader at NSA, which is certainly a joint service installation. So in the conclusion section, he has his section where he has all his beliefs. So there's a number of them, and this one stood out, and who knows, I think the book was actually written before you got there. Maybe they read the rough draft, and that's why they picked you, I'm not sure. I believe we are members of the same team. We need to look beyond our desks, our squadron, and our wings. We should not operate every man for himself. We must be the best in the world at what we do if we're to accomplish our mission. Here we go. In fact, the best way to strengthen our capabilities is to team with our sister units, organizations, and services. So there he was. He kind of got it way back when. And I have two, on the civilian side, when people retire, they get a watch, so here's one. That's just so that he knows when he can take his next nap. But this, Kevin, besides being, he likes music, he likes so many things. Did you know he was a rock collector?
Even I didn't.
He told me a story one time about bringing a piece of rock back from Germany. And he's carried, it was a big piece. But when that wall came down, he was there, and he said, this is significant, so he brought back part of the wall. And he's carried it around and divvied it out. Now, I was going to try to go to, can't get anything on this property, but I thought I'd go to Baltimore, because they're going to San Antonio. You know, San Antonio has a famous fort, the Alamo, and pretty well known. But we have one in Baltimore that's pretty well known too. It's called Fort McHenry. And up until I saw the news the other day where some people scratched their initials on the Colosseum in Italy, I was thinking of going up there and chipping off a piece, but I thought, nah, probably not a smart idea. So I thought better of that. But we did, the Slaters and other group of friends, we shared a nice day together last fall, September. We saw Derek Jeter play his last game in Baltimore, and we watched the Baltimore Orioles play baseball on the 200th anniversary of the Star-Spangled Banner. So this flag was flown over Fort McHenry in your honor. You can prove it. It's a real thing. And I purposely did not fold this in the triangle, because what I'd like you to do, Kevin, is fly this. It's a 15-star flag. It's definitely legal to be flown. Fly it at your home in San Antonio. Think of us back here in Baltimore when it's colder than, but remember your friends, remember the people here that, we're going to miss you. And then you're such a good storyteller, you can explain to people about the 15 stars.
So one quick story about Derek Jeter. We actually were on the field, and he was taking batting practice, and Matt had some coins that he wanted to give to Davey Lopes, one of the Yankee coaches, and suggested that maybe he coach Derek over and we would coin Derek Jeter. And he turned to me and he said, hey Chief, would you coin Derek Jeter? And I'm like, hell effing no, he's in there.
I'm trying to make it through. So I was Chief's first admin assistant back about 10 years ago. And when he came, I was like, this dude right here. Have me running everywhere. But one thing, I'll tell you a fun story. When he came, I was a master. And I was like, Chief, I cannot make senior. So he was like, well, what are your scores? And I told him, he was like, duh, you're not studying. So I was like, oh, okay. But Chief, he's, man, he didn't miss a graduation, the Airman 480th Intel Wing. We didn't miss anything. We were going to the AFES meetings. I'm like, we are running everywhere. Then when he went to TUI, I could park in his parking space. So I was like, okay, cool. But he has been a great, I flew in from St. Louis today, and I forgot your gift in my suitcase. I'm really his adopted sister, so Slaters, y'all gotta know. But 5 years ago,
I knew there was one around.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I called Linda, and I was talking to her, and I was like, I just can't get rid of this nauseating feeling. And she actually sent me these bands that you put on your arms, and it took away the nausea. And I was like, oh, okay. So me and my daughter, I was a single parent too at Langley. They would invite us over their house all the time. And when I left, Chief, he made me a coin holder, which is really nice, which I still have. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I love you both, and you mean so much to me. And I wouldn't have missed this for the world. He was my mentor, my friend. Like I said, he's my brother, my daughter. We brothers and sisters. And he's just really, really, he had a huge impact on my life. You just don't know it, but you did. And Linda, she invited us over, and she took care of me and my daughter, and I just appreciate it so much, and we kept in touch for all these years, and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. So I love you both, and thank you so much.
I think Kevin went in the country 4 times. Well, the one doesn't count. You're only around for like 13 hours, and we have to get you out of there because it's snow. So that one doesn't count. So 3.5. It was funny though. We walked in. Master Chief Bill Lovejoy was the SDL of the country. And we didn't walk in. We landed on the C-130, Kevin's favorite aircraft, because they go all the way across. So instead of a 3-hour flight on the C-17, we always got stuck with a 5-hour flight to get us in the country. After, the 13-hour flight to get you into Qatar. So by the time we get there, he's already tired. We're sitting there, we're like exhausted, we want to take a nap. No, we have 2 hours and we're on the next flight to the AOR. So we jump into the AOR, we hit the ground, 3 o'clock in the morning, they're grabbing our bags. We're on a helo flight to the next stop. So once he gets in the country, I run him as rapid as he runs the girls back here. We do not let him stop. He's from meeting to meeting to meeting. But I tell you what, he runs me in the girls. I'm like, Kevin, you got about an hour. Go catch a power nap, go shower, go do something. Oh no, I'm going to meet with the troops. I'm going to do this. I'm going to arm wrestle a Marine.
And whoop his ass.
What was her name? Before the injury. So he walks in, but Sergeant Major Castile, Louis, really wanted to be here, but he's kind of sitting in Bondron. We couldn't quite make it over to that flight. Took a little while, a couple delays, just couldn't make it. But on his behalf, he personally flew this flag in every area in Afghanistan that we have troops today. Some of the areas Kevin has been to, and some of the areas it has not. We did do the pretty little fold, but I did not want to encase it because on the inside of the fold, he has every place that he flew it and the date that he actually flew the flag. So I wanted Kevin to be able to display it however he wanted to. But on behalf of the NCR CENTCOM, all the forward deployed troops, thank you.
So when I got back from that trip, arm wrestling, General Alexander, who was my boss then, actually had a question for me. He said, "Hey Chief, so I hear you're out in Afghanistan beating up our Marines." And I went, and he said, "Hey, all I want to know is what was her name?" So I said, "Is any good airman would?" I said, "Hey, you know, sir, he was an Army general." I said, "Any self-respecting airman would be happy to take down a Marine. We don't care what her name was."
Jamie. Okay, we need to leave this. Miss Linda, come on. All of you have already seen it anyway. I'm Jamie, and I been gracefully put in charge of Cyber First, which is a creation of both Miss Linda and Chief. They came into the command and they said, we really need something for families, and created this amazing organization that really, the #1 goal is to serve all of the families within Cyber Command. It doesn't matter whether you're Air Force, Army, Marines, Navy, or a girl Marine. It really doesn't matter if you're a contractor, DoD civilian, even if you're NSA, we don't care. If you need something, you call on them. And I was entrusted with that family group about a year ago. And unfortunately, right afterwards, Miss Linda left for Texas, and we've been in the sunshine, unfortunately, ever since. Luckily, she brought us some recently. You did. The snow melted as soon as she showed up. Shows you how warm her heart is. We, on behalf of Cyber First families, we cannot be more thankful for what you have created and what you've done. And it's still in its infancy stage. And I am so grateful that I get to be a part of it and help push it along with all of your help. And as I know you will be still there, me calling you and emailing. But, so we have a couple little gifts. The first one is, I was trying to think of
I'm not sure whether Miss Linda is going to be, I know she's excited that Chief is coming to Texas and going to be around, but I really looked for a book for her that's like how to deal with a retired husband. I could not find what I was looking for, so I had to create something just as sweet and cute. So it's a little placard and it says, "Welcome to our retirement home, double the husband, half the pay." So I'm not sure if she's excited about that or not, but still half the pay. That's for Miss Linda. For Chief, again, rules are rules, and money is money, and so there's only so much that we can do legally. So I emailed Miss Linda and I said, "Okay, we're working on a project. I need this information." And she emails me back, and of course, it's in a format that works perfectly. But I had to do some counting and some figuring out of things, and I wasn't really sure, and then I didn't want to bother again, so I arrived today with this project, and one of the questions on the little chocolate was, "How many countries has Chief been stationed in?" And it said 4, and I was like, "No, that can't be right, because mine says 3. So I did something wrong. You didn't say anything about Southeast Asia, that wasn't on your list. She's like, no, those don't count anyway, so it really is 3, including the United States. So we have a gift for you. So I hope he likes it. So if there's anything wrong with it, and you're stuck, you just have to.
I'm in the Navy, we don't need microphones. We're all hard of hearing. So I didn't bring Kevin a gift. I'm saying that up front. I don't really want to say at the end, "Hey man, the Navy guy didn't give Kevin a gift." Because I was told this was a roast. And I
Yes!
the roast. Harmon, back me up.
Absolutely, Master Chief.
So they were like, "Hey, we're roasting Kevin for his going away. Would you host a roast?" Absolutely, I will host a roast. And if it's for Kevin, I will host twice. So Kevin was recently out in Hawaii. I'm from Hawaii anyway. I'm Matthew Simpson from Hawaii. I flew all the way here just to roast Kevin. Yay! 2 minutes of roast, right? So Kevin comes to Hawaii. Sick as a dog, right? I don't know whether he caught whooping cough, because he had just come from Korea, and they have stuff over there that we can't kill him for. Right? So Diamond Tap, Robitussin, Mucinex. I'm like, "Kevin, what do you need? Because whatever it is you have, I don't want it." So he's like, "I don't need anything, I'm fine." He gets out of the car, white as a ghost. Right? All you can see is the frame of his glasses, some semblance of an eyeball. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, no, he cannot possibly be that sick. Right? So he's like, "Don't shake my hand." I was like, "I wasn't anyway." I was like, "Are you tired?" "No, I'm not tired." I'm like, "You look a little jet lagged." He's like, "What's that?" "Cup of coffee? Let's go." Right? This is 06:31 in the morning. Right? He has whooping cough, walking pneumonia, and tuberculosis. We go into the morning brief. He's like, "I'm not shaking hands with anybody. I'm sick." Right? He sits there through the brief. We go through the brief. We go down. He says, "Let's talk to people." We go down the deck, up the deck, outside, inside. He's talking to everybody. Not shaking hands, mind you, as I slap sanitizer on the side of my face. Then we went to Paycom the first day, right? So I eat every hour a small meal, and if it's two hours, a big meal. So you're hungry, Kevin? No. I'm like, something is wrong with this dude, right? Because he doesn't eat. And then Kay, can I get a lifeline? What's wrong with this guy? He only eats apples and peanut butter. So I was like,
he never got out of kindergarten.
Yeah. So I was like, unless he eats this Mucinex, Robitussin, and whatever else I can find, Sudafed, he's not eating anything. He's like, no, he doesn't eat anything. He's good to go. We go down to PayPal, talk to Mark Roods, who is the only guy on the planet that talks more than the two of us. So they talk until the cafeteria is closed. All you guys can do is go get a sandwich. So I was like, hey, Kevin, you want to eat? I'm not hungry. I said, okay, the plan just changed. The tour ended in the lunchroom. Let's go down there and get a sandwich. We get a sandwich. Did you even eat a sandwich? I did. He did. He did eat a sandwich. Ate a sandwich. Still white as a ghost. Rolling. So I'm like, Kevin, you not tired? I'm not tired. Like, jet lag? What's that? No time for that. It's 1500 in the afternoon. Count the hours. How many is that, Spade? Almost 9 hours. Almost 9 hours. We're still rolling. He hasn't gotten his color back yet. And he's talking. We do that afternoon. We talk all the way until 1900, almost dark. I've only eaten one meal. I am emaciated. No, really, my pants, I had to tighten up. I lost the whole belt loop that day. And I'm like, you don't eat, you're not hungry? They're like, no, I'm not sick, I'm not hungry. We're rolling. So I communicate the next morning. They say, hey, you know, how's Kevin doing? He didn't look so well. I'm like, he's sick with something he caught from Korea, but he almost killed me. So I carried my snacks around. I came here with 4 protein bars. I did. They're in my car. I got an energy bar. I got something with chia seeds in it. I don't even know what chia seeds are. Robitussin, Mucinex, and Diamond.
Just in case.
So those of you that don't know, this is motivating, hard-charging individuals on the military side. Wise and well-rounded, right, kind and caring. But if anything else, I have to say, this has to be the toughest old dude that I have ever met in all my days. And he has made quite an impression on me. And I will tell you, there aren't too many folks that I would fly 4,000 miles just to roast with this guy.
It's like a shitty clothing choice.